Pleased to be with you for the final game of this crazy Saturday of Wheaton College Athletics. First, the football team over in Elmhurst dropped a nail-biter 35-30, and then the Wheaton women's soccer team in a bit of a surprise result here on the Pitch and Show, being a scoreless draw with the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College. So it's been quite a day for Elmhurst against the Thunder so far, but hopefully the men will salvage it and come out with victory. That's what they're hoping to do. Now we'll send it down on the field for the starting lineups and national anthem, and we'll be right back with the first half.
The starting lineups first for the Blue Jays. Number 8, a junior from Chandler, Arizona, Austin Haas. Number 11, a freshman from Kalamazoo, Michigan, Mikey Emig. Number 14, a sophomore from Hickory, North Carolina, Michael DeLong. Number 16, a junior from Lehigh Acres, Florida, Kinson Badu. Number 18, a freshman from Arvada, Colorado, Jeff Kading. And number 24, a senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Kyle. Pavlak. Number 6, a junior from Thousand Oaks, California, Nathan Jaspers. Number 9, a freshman from River Forest, Illinois, Stephen Goals. Number 12, a sophomore from St. Charles, Illinois, Noah Anthony. Number 15, a junior from Palatine, Illinois, Josh Clark. Number 20, a junior from Holt, Michigan, Kevin Skinker. Number 22, a junior from Yucaipa, California, Chad Musgraves. Number 25, a freshman from Libertyville, Illinois, Marshall Hollingsworth. And number 27, a freshman from Western Springs, Illinois, Elliot Forge. A late scratch, starting number 7, a senior from Northville, Michigan, Connor Rice. The Thunder are coached by Dr. Mike Giuliano. At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The colleges and universities of the college.
All right, we are back here.
Good sportsmanship is an integral component of intercollegiate competition. The CCIW wholeheartedly embraces the NCAA position that in order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, civility, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize the outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Use of noisemakers is strictly prohibited at this venue. Fans, for your convenience, restrooms and concessions are available under the football grandstand at McCoy Stadium. Also located by the concession stand is the Thunder Shop.
All right, we're back here at Joe Bean Stadium getting ready for some Thunder men's soccer as they take on the Elmhurst College Blue Jays in another CCIW matchup of very strong teams in the CCIW. The Thunder, of course, coming off of a double overtime victory in Naperville last Wednesday. A bit of a surprisingly close back-and-forth battle with North Central, especially considering Thunder building leads of 2-0 and 3-1 in that match, only to see it get tied back up and be forced to win it in double overtime 4-3. So that's the most recent match that the Thunder are coming off of. A couple of lineup changes. Nathan Jaspers has returned from injury and was playing in his first game last Wednesday at North Central, so he's back in the center mid starting for the Thunder. Always good sight to see Nathan holding his own now on the pitch back for the Thunder. The Thunder will be without the services of Adam Blackman, who had a red card awarded to him in the Wednesday night victory against North Central. All right, the Thunder took first kick. They booted it down the offensive half. It was cleared away and out of bounds. And now our first whistle of the ball game is a foul against Elmhurst. Elmhurst in their visiting whites with blue shorts and white trim. Down the sides, the Thunder in their home orange. The new jersey that we've seen featured here in 2012 with blue shorts, white numbers, and white trim as well. Anthony to take this set piece about 10 yards past the midfield stripe. Sends it in toward the top of the 18. Josh Clark in the vicinity. A couple white shirts rise for it. Now here comes Jasper. Sends it near side for Musgraves outside the 18. Chad rolls it back to Connor Rice, who comes on after a late scratch to Kevin Skinker, who is listed in the starting lineup. But Connor will get the start at the right back position for Coach Giuliano's squad. Now it's into the back for Dan Pavlak. Pavlak sends it looking for a run for Musgraves on that near side before it scoots itself over the end line. We'll have a goal kick coming up for the keeper, John Reglin, sophomore from Rockford, Michigan. Here's the starting lineups for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. They are 8-6 overall. They are 0-2 so far in the CCIW, but it's a team that plays the Thunder tough year in and year out. The Thunder actually fell to Elmhurst last year 4-2 during what was one of the low points of the season last year, following a draw with North Central right here at home, and then the 4-2 loss at Elmhurst. Trying to make a run here, sending it down that far side. Fernandez trying to cut this man off is Michael DeLong. DeLong looking to possess. He does have it, and then sent over the end line, cleared off. Off the foot of Fernandez, we'll have our first corner kick, and it goes to Elmhurst. John Reglin's in goal for the Blue Jays. David Griggs, senior defender. Christian Mullen, sophomore midfield. Brett Harper, junior midfield. Andrew Witzowski, sophomore midfielder. Austin Hawes, a junior midfielder. And Mikey Emig, a freshman forward from Kalamazoo. Kenson Badeau, Jeff Kading, and Kyle Smith round out the starting 11. First corner kick, right foot outswing. It's sent in. It's got some good height outside as it travels to the 18. A helping header comes in through. Stephen Goltz playing center forward, though, clears it away with the header, and Hollingsworth shoulders the ball to Borge. Borge sends it to the midfield stripe. Now Hollingsworth possesses. Leaves it with his right foot to that far sideline, and Noah Anthony. Noah will slow it down before playing to Borge and dropping to Fernandez. Thunder starting in the back. Fernandez, Anthony on that left side, Pavlak on the right middle, as well as Connor Rice, who we mentioned playing the near side defense position, as we see it here in the press box at Joe Bean. Nathan Jaspers, Elliot Borge, and Josh Clark, the starting three in the middle, and Chad Musgraves on the near side forward, Stephen Goltz, and on that far side, Marshall Hollingsworth. Ball played into the middle circle for Nathan Jaspers, just fresh off his injury. Second game since returning from the groin problem that he had that's hampering him for the first part of the conference season. But the Thunder, good to have him back. Here's a ball played near side. Mikey Emig giving a chase for it, the freshman from Parchment High School in Kalamazoo. It's a whistle against the Thunder, and foul called. First set piece now coming up for Elmhurst. They also have a corner kick as we're here early in minute number 3, or 4, I should say. Setting it up here off his right foot is Jeff Kading, another freshman from Arvada, Colorado. Kading has got 2 fingers in the air, now approaches, sends a long boot, traveling deep in toward the box. Seeger comes out. It's punched away, helped back in toward the top of the 18. Elmhurst trying to get back on sides. They do. Now looking to cross it in is Michael DeLong. Can't do it. Almost kept in play with a sliding attempt of Jaspers, but it's out of bounds. And the Blue Jays will have another opportunity here in the offensive third. Elmhurst won this matchup 4-2 at Langhorse Field last year. Looking for their first conference victory as well. Here's a power throw coming in, a nice high spinning throw in toward the 6. Trying to hit a teammate, but Musgraves comes with the clearance. Elmhurst continues to possess with Smith. Smith helping it back in toward the box. No one at home, and if they were, they would have been well offside. Seeger spears it out of the air, and Wheaton looks to come the other way, moving left to right. Anthony from the far side changes direction, wants to send near side, but Rice was unable to possess. It's going to be difficult in these conditions. It's misty out now as Pavlak looks to come over to clear. Can't do it. Now will shield his man away from letting it go out of bounds. Goal kick for Seeger. But in these conditions, it was raining for the majority of the afternoon and well into the women's soccer game, and then stopped for a while. But this surface is a slick one. And we saw in that women's game that the ball would hit the turf once and then scoot itself 20 feet down the field. When you're trying to track a ball down with one hop and then possess it yourself on the sideline before letting it go out, got to have that in mind. Very abnormal. That's what happened on that play to Rice. Rice will bring it back to himself toward the 18 before trying to set something else up. Jaspers in the channel, steps over a few times, plays back to Rice. Rice into the middle for Borge, now back for Fernandez. Hollingsworth coming closer, and Fernandez looking for a through for Musgraves. That's going to be another aspect of the ball game with the conditions that'll be more difficult to hit your through balls with, especially from distance, with the ball skipping along the wet surface. Here's the boot from Reglin, high into the misty sky and coming down. Helping a header is Witzowski into the defense of Wheaton. Fernandez tried to get rid of it. Cleared up by Austin Hawes. Hawes sends it on that near side looking, or far side rather, looking for Christian Mullen. Can't find him. It's out of bounds for another Thunder throw. Thunder 2-0-1 in CCIW play after Wednesday's double overtime win at North Central. Wheaton's got this game with Elmhurst, Milliken at Illinois Wesleyan. Still left on the CCIW schedule. Here's Borge now. Defensive half. Plays it middle circle for Clark. Helps it on nicely for Jaspers, who gets the left foot to it, looking for a looper to Musgraves. It's skipping once, twice. Chad does a great job to keep in play. Wins possession into the 18. Plays into the middle. One shot for Clark, and he sent it wide. And high, I should say. Well high. But a great effort by Musgraves to even keep that ball in play. Not only that, but to win possession back to himself as he slid its way back into the box. He gave Josh Clark one look at it. He had pressure defense coming, breathing down his neck, and Clark had one swing. And sent it over the crossbar. Goal kick for Reglin. Sophomore out of Rockford, Michigan. Rockford High. Shouldered ball into the middle circle. Jaspers pops it high into the air and knuckles its way. Stephen Goltz wins a header. Hollingsworth into the air. Cleared with the right foot of Kenson Badeau, junior out of Lehigh Acres, Florida. Jaspers to Anthony. Noah helping it on. Oh, a good shoulder touch by Goltz to Clark. He'll shoot! And it's speared right there by Reglin. Great job by Goltz to even keep possession and win that ball. His streaking Musgraves comes over, slides himself into his own bench as Jeff Kading tried to advance it up the pitch, and Musgraves said no. Kading looks at it. Ball sent in, looking for a helping header on the near side. Was Mikey Emig, played into Fernandez. High right foot clearance. Rising into the air, Kading. Advance it into Elmhurst. Offensive. There's a whistle, and it's going against Andrew Witzowski. Sophomore from O'Fallon, Missouri. Right outside St. Louis. Here's Anthony, plays Clark, touching in toward Jaspers. Hard slide tackle wins for Elmhurst, but the next touch is too much, and Rice clears it up for Wheaton. Borge looking to shoulder a ball on down to Clark. It's loose, and Goltz helps it along. Badeau comes back over, though. Moves it around with his right foot, but can't keep possession for him, and the Thunder will have a throw at the edge of the offensive third. Into the 10th minute, no score, first half. Board's trying to turn it around and win it. In the process, tripped up Mikey Emig. Free kick for the Blue Jays. They take it quickly and send it into Wheaton's defensive. Coming over once, a good job of dancing around by Brett Harper, the junior. Now Board sends it with his right foot, looking for Hollingsworth. Marshall, with his speed, tracks it down. About 12 yards from the end line on the far sideline. Now he's cutting his way in toward. Drops it once to Borge. Borge thought about giving it back instead. Drops middle for Clark. Clark goes back to Hollingsworth's direction. Shallow in the 18. Borge looking to win possession. Tripped off the ball. No whistle. And the clearance goes up the field to Fernandez at the midfield stripe. Sends middle Jaspers with the left foot. Changes field. Skips once and on past Musgraves. We've already seen that a few times now. Trying to change field with a long pass, but once it skips, you got to make sure that you're in front of it. This ball's sent into the Thunder defensive half, and Seeger comes right outside the box, rolls it along his right foot, and touches up to Pavlak. This Thunder team is 9-3-2 overall. Coach Giuliano said, though, after that non-conference portion, a brutal non-conference portion before the North Park, that overall is disappointing that not more wins were on the schedule considering the circumstances. Here's Goltz trying to work around David Griggs, and Goltz was able to draw the foul on Griggs, playing in the center back. Foul called against David. Call from head coach Dave DiTomaso, pleading with Griggs to go ahead and let Goltz receive that ball from that position that far out. Here's Anthony. Approaches and sends it in toward the 6. First person there with both hands in the air is Reglin, and number 0, a 6'1", 165 keeper, brings it on down. In goal for the Thunder, Ryan Seeger. 6'2", 202 out of West Chicago and Wheaton Academy. Seeger, in 13 games, he's allowed 16 goals, but he's saved 46 of them. A save percentage of just over 74%. Allowing 1.16 goals per match. This ball now, the Blue Jays looking to go on the attack. Attempt to tackle by Anthony, couldn't do it, but now Borge chips it along, looking for a counterattack for Wheaton. Hollingsworth wins possession to himself. Now Anthony steps over a man, keeps it in play, and rolls in the back to Fernandez. Wheaton will roll it in their defensive half, however long they need before looking for an advanced through or punch some strong possession up through, but it's going to be difficult without the services of Adam Blackman. Again, Adam serving his 1-game suspension after the red card. This ball off of Rice and out of bounds. Quickly advanced up the pitch, looking for Imig. Imig working around Pavlak, and Pavlak will win it this time. It'll be a goal kick for Seeger. 13th minute, no score, Wheaton and Elmhurst. A trio of games between these two schools today. Football and a couple soccer. And so far, Elmhurst won the football match and then earned the scoreless draw with the Thunder women's team just before our ball game. So technically Wheaton, the women's team, now sitting at 3-0-1 in CCIW play, but it's one of those games that continue to scratch your head a little bit. Their defense has been playing well, considering not a single goal has yet been allowed in conference play by Wheaton. Here's Goltz along the far side, touches to Hollingsworth, drops to Borge. Borge into the middle for Pavlak, and he'll set it up. Got some high pressure. Jaspers to Rice. Rice. Musgraves on the near side. Oh, wanted to slide an outside right-footed pass to Clark. Good step and takeaway, though, and the Blue Jays looks to go on the attack. Coming to Emig. Emig bringing himself in toward the box. Emig dances around one, wants to get a shot. He does and scores. Mikey Emig puts the Blue Jays on top first. Dancing around, bringing it inside to the 18 and ripping off a shot that beat Ryan Seeger to the near post. 1-0 Elmhurst. So go ahead and rack it up, the 6th goal of the year for Emig. And the Blue Jays take an early 1-0 lead. So good start for Elmhurst again. And what could be an exciting weekend. Now here's Jaspers. Middle circle for Pavlak. Pavlak on up for Clark. 1 touch to Goltz. Steven trying to slide it up through the middle for Clark. Denied. Now Rice. Drops it near side Musgraves. Musgraves with his right foot goes into Clark. Has to chop it down. Clears this one before blocking that attempt to clear. Now Jaspers in the middle. Nathan about 25 yards out with a left-footed shot. Oh, and it takes an extension save. Nicely made by the keeper, John Regland.
Corner kick.
Nathan got plenty of leg into that with his left foot, and Eglin had to make an extended diving effort to keep that ball from going in the back of the net. Regardless, it'll be a corner kick for the Thunder. They've done very well from these this year, thanks in large part to the ability of Noah Anthony to get it deep in the box and give someone a chance at a header. Anthony and Hollingsworth there. Noah will take it himself, sends it through looking for a header by Pavlak, but it's off of him and out of bounds. It'll be an Elmhurst throw. Elmhurst 1, Wheaton nothing on the 15th minute goal by, or 14th I should say, by Mikey Emig, his 6th of the year. They gave the assist to Michael DeLong. DeLong, his first assist of the year. Now ball put into Anthony on that far sideline. Noah turns it around on his right foot. Looking to beat his man sideline. Drops it to Clark. Clark slides it on up for Borge. Good string of possession here. Borge touches away, pulled off the ball, slides it in nicely to Clark. He'll shoot! Just wide! Josh Clark had the chance. Beautiful pass from Borge to Clark. Gave him a chance in the box, and Josh just couldn't put it on front. Goal kick coming up for Regland. Gets a right foot to it. Middle circle. Clark, Hollingsworth, now cleared with a high right foot and out of bounds into this home stands. Not a cold night, but a rainy one and a misty one all night and all day today. This ball helped in from Goltz, looking for Hollingsworth, pushed off the ball, turned around, we play on. Fernandez, Anthony looking to keep it in play, a couple of headers. Fernandez coming back on. Whistle blows, it's against the Blue Jays as Steven tried to win that ball. Set piece coming for Wheaton, just in the offensive half. Let's go. 1-0, Elmhurst leads early. Thunder looking for their 3rd conference victory. Elmhurst looking for their 1st. Flurry of orange jersey set up at the top. Anthony approaches with the left foot, sends it in toward the box. Stephen Goltz in the air there, so is Musgraves. Couple headers keep it outside the box. Dropped it, shot! Oh, and it's blocked by Regland, and he falls on it. Good hard shot there. Looked like it was Stephen Goltz with the left foot, but Regland was right there. Couple of nice plays already made by the sophomore keeper. This ball sent in. Wheaton defensive half. Fernandez rises with a header to win. That's a foul. As Fernandez went up in the air to win the header, and clawing right into him was David Griggs. Or, excuse me, Kyle Smith. Let's put it in. Musgraves had it touched away. Ball played just back and forth across the midfield stripe. Now helped on near side for Emig. Emig brings it along that far sideline. Rice giving chase. Emig wanted to cross. Mike trying to beat Connor toward the end line, but touched it too far. Touched away, though, last by Rice, so it'll be a corner kick coming up for the Blue Jays. Wheaton will retreat, put their defense in the box. Coming over to take the corner, Andrew Witkowski. Witkowski's got 2 assists on the year. Sets it up. Not much room to work with back there before going on to the concrete landing area, and he'll go ahead and take what he gets on the concrete. Approaches and gets into it. It's a line drive. Punched out by Seeger. The approach to try to get it back in. Oh, and it's sent just wide, but what an effort. A hard strike by Jeff Kading. And it's hard to put that one really as closer on frame as Kading just did. A ball that was bouncing up and down. And he had to meet that ball about 2.5 feet off the ground and send it on the line to the post. And he nearly did just that. It would have been a spectacular goal, but fortunately for Wheaton, sailed wide. Regelin rolls it out of the box and gets a right foot to it. Helping into the Thunder defensive half, Steven Fernandez, a right foot sliding. Midfield stripe, Musgraves rises once, now twice. Another 50-50 coming over. There's a whistle against Goltz. Going up for that header, a little too physical, according to the lead referee. Dr. Mike Giuliano is the head coach of the Thunder program, assisted by Joel DeLoss, Garrett Berline, and Glenn Eggert, and the team athletic trainer, Tricia Dieter. And what has been a good start to the CCIW season so far for Wheaton, but they need this one. They need to win the games that they're favored in, especially the ones at home. Midfield stripe, ball sent in toward the top of the 18. Fernandez with the header. Hollingsworth tracking this one down. Marshall is able to come over and win it. Josh Clark tried to help it on to Goltz. Blue Jay defense there first. Anthony with the left foot sliding it up, looking for Jaspers or Borge. Good slide by Pavlak to keep that through from getting into the box. Musgraves comes up, drops it to Jaspers. Down to the turf falls Kyle Smith, but nothing there. And Smith recovers, but Rice is able to get it possessed and clear out of bounds. Elmhurst throw coming up here. We'll have our first substitute of the match of the next opportunity is Joey Lynn's at the midfield stripe, ready to check in. This ball's thrown in. Eglin gets into the air. Jasper's coming over. Clears with the left. Goltz up in the air. Brought down by Griggs. Back and forth it goes in the middle third. Header by Pavlak. Jaspers will just roll it on back for Seeger as he escapes the 6, plays it at his feet. Slides it on up for Rice. Good pace on that ball, and Rice's advancement up to the near sidelines out of bounds. So the Blue Jays given another throw in the offensive half. Throw it sideline for Witzowski. Witzowski shouldered off the ball by Borge, and Rice comes and clears it with a right foot curver. Goltz trying to direct a header back in toward Musgraves. It's past Clark and now into Jaspers. Jaspers utilizing his speed, sprinting his way up into the offensive half. Back to Goltz, refreshing to see that. Stevens brings himself middle, touches away and gives it to Anthony. Anthony looking to send it in. Beats his man toward the outside. Now shouldered off the ball. A good tackle and take away. Now Clark approaches. He's got a couple white jerseys. Wants to shoot, but this one's blocked at the point of attack. Borge rising for a header. Wins it for the brief time being, but it's possessed by Elmhurst. Advanced up the field at the feet of Michael DeLong. DeLong goes along through looking for Griggs, making the run from the defensive half. Up on up. Actually, that was Kenson Badeau. So Badeau making that run, and Joey Lynn enters, and Connor Rice will come off the pitch in his first start of the year.
For the Blue Jays, number 13, Alex Wilkinson.
So Alex Wilkinson now comes on for Elmhurst to match the substitution for the Thunder. Wilkinson's a sophomore from Berwyn, Illinois. Or a freshman, or excuse me, sophomore forward from Berwyn. Ball played in the Wheaton offensive half, touched away. Whistle blows against Elmhurst, so set piece here for Anthony. He's looking to set it up. Noah right hand in the air. Well outside, now booms it in toward the box, looking for the helping header. Cleared away though with the shoulder of the Blue Jays. Hollingsworth looking to help it back in toward the top. Cleared away again. Here's Borge. Borge circles himself into the middle. Drops back to Anthony in the offensive. Drops to Jaspers now. Nathan looking to turn it around on that far sideline. Had it touched away. Out of bounds. It will be an Elmhurst throw from there. Nathan can't believe it. The few Elmhurst faithful that traveled here are also applauding that call from the visitor section. Blue Jays, a goal in the 14th minute. Lead it at 1-0. Ball thrown in, but right at Jaspers, who possesses. Nathan drops to Lynn. Joey to Musgraves, back to Lynn. Looks to change field for Fernandez. Had some man-on pressure to Borge. Also man-on pressure as the Blue Jays are flying around with high defense. Played on that far corner. Fernandez there. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be a whistle against the Thunder. A foul on Fernandez. It'll be a set piece just shy of the corner, so they call that foul against Fernandez, and now Elmhurst another chance to strike. And it's just outside the corner kick area there. So we approach 20 minutes for the first half. Thunder in some trouble here. It's in essence a corner kick. Hands in the air, we are ready. They'll play it right into the back. Now looking to make a shot in toward the box, but not much there. So for that effort, Thunder can breathe a sigh of relief. Really the story so far of this conference season is Wheaton's struggle with maintaining leads, as difficult as that is, especially late in conference games. As we saw against North Park, a 2-goal lead. And here, yet again, Anthony booms a change of field ball for Lynn that skips right on by him. Too much on it. Just too much pace. Can the Thunder adjust? This ball thrown in. Joey Lynn in the air. He's pushed down. That's a foul against newly entered Wilkinson. It's another throw-in by the Blue Jays that goes right into the advantage of Wheaton, and you can perhaps hear Coach DiTomasio pleading with his guys to throw it into your own team. So Wheaton is one possession after a couple of straight throw-ins. Hollingsworth is fouled, looking to rise for this ball. Set piece coming for Wheaton. Clark has it, booms it with the right foot in toward the corner of the box. Touched away, header goes over the far sideline out of bounds, and a throw-in from there for Wheaton.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 13, Mitchell Parr.
So here comes Mitchell Parr, and Chad Musgraves comes off the pitch for Wheaton. Another substitution. Mitch will take this throw-in. Sprinting his way over to pick it up. Jasper's communicating with his backs, who should make runs up. Now Mitch has it, fires it in toward the box, helped on once, loose for a brief moment, now cleared. Anthony trying to settle and possess, cleared though once again, high into the air. Toward the out-of-bounds stripe, skips once, and it will be out of bounds. Fernandez a throw for the Thunder in the defensive half. 18 minutes remaining in half number one. Wheaton trailing by a goal, 1-0. 14th minute goal by Mikey Emig, his 6th of the year, assisted by Michael DeLong. And Emig, simple dribble in toward the box. Cut himself in toward the middle of the box from being outside, and then ripped a right-footed shot and curling around the near post. And Seeger was beat to the spot. Foul against Wheaton. Advanced on up. Possessed near sideline by Kading. Sliding in through this one. Hits the lead official. Nothing he can do about that. Tried his best to get out of the way, but he was right in the thick of that pass. Thunder, the beneficiaries of it for it. Cleared away on the defensive half by Griggs. Throw quickly taken. Lynn, left foot. Jaspers, triangle continues. Helped on. Coming out of the keeper, and Goltz trying to make a header spear toward it, but also conscious not making contact with Reglin. And John pulls it down for the Blue Jays. Thunder sitting at 2-0-1 in conference. That is good enough for the second spot right now, right ahead of Augustana, whom they'll see at home later on this year, next week even. They'll have Illinois Wesleyan a week from today down in Bloomington. What could be a really big match as Wesleyan sits at 3-0 in conference play through the first 3 games. This ball sent in toward the box. Lynn cuts it off, and Seeger comes out to possess. Elmhurst 1-3 in their last 4 games between the end of September and where they're at now. Losses to Colorado College, North Central 3-0, and Illinois Wesleyan 2-1. You can see really an improved North Central team defeating this Blue Jay team 3-0 and taking the Thunder to 2 overtimes, battling back from a 3-1 deficit to come back in tie before Wheaton was able to sneak out a 4-3 winner off the goal by Stephen Goltz in double overtime. About a minute and a half shy of yet another draw. That would have been an even more disappointing one here. Hollingsworth wins this one to Jaspers in the back, and he'll settle at the top of the 18 before dropping to Ryan Seeger. And Wheaton also, and we heard Coach Giuliano making a point of this, is protecting their undefeated record here at Joe Bean Stadium. This ball played in deep into the corner, tried to be helped in, couldn't do it. Over the end line, goal kick for the Elmhurst. Wheaton right now sitting at 4-0 in games played at Joe Bean this year. A couple wins in the Bob Baptista Invitational at the end of August. A win over Calvin in their final non-conference home game. And then a win right here. Over University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. 2-1 in double overtime last Friday on homecoming weekend. Ball played far sideline. Touched around by Badeau. Now Jaspers in the middle circle with his right foot, chips it on up for Parr. Parr touches once, a little too far, comes back to collect though. To Goltz. Goltz trying to cross one in with the left foot, but it's blocked out of bounds. Throw for the Thunder, offensive third. 14.5 minutes for the first half. Backing up to make this throw and approach it is Mitch Parr up on the ramp out there. Now brings it home, fires it forward, some topspin on it, bounces once to the turf. Now Anthony brings it back in. Goltz looking for a helping header for somebody, but no one was there. Steven may have wanted that one back to collect to himself or hope for a run by a teammate. Thunder, nope. Not been able to put anything into the back of the net so far in this first half. They've had a couple chances, Josh Clark specifically. A couple shots on frame. Received a beautiful pass from Borge in an earlier sequence, and he sent that one just wide. Here's Hollingsworth coming over. Now ball played, middle circle for Clark. Clark sliding with the right foot for Parr. Now Hollingsworth sprinting his way, working against a charging Blue Jay defender and David Griggs. Now touched away, out of bounds. Throw in comes and is relayed back to Jaspers. Nathan on his left foot plays corner of the box and does it effectively to Clark. One touch to Parr. Parr back in the middle for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth trying to get up a shot. Oh, and it's tipped away and just sails high and wide. It was indeed a deflection
Corner kick
from Hollingsworth's shot, but great piece of possession as Clark and Goltz were in the midst of excellent back and forth one-touch ball. Anthony now on the near corner. Not much room again back there as you see it. Hollingsworth coming over. Both arms in the air. Sends it home with the left foot. Travels well over the face. Jasper's trying to turn it around, keep it in front of him, and keep it in play, and does. Now Jaspers will cross it in. Pavlak looking for it there. As Swells goals, he shoots. He scores! Stephen Goltz. He's got the last 2 goals for the Thunder. Jaspers helped it in. Pavlak helped it on. Goltz surrounded it, turned it around, and with the left foot has equalized this ball game.
The Thunder goal, his third of the year, scored by number 9, Stephen Goals. Goals with the goal, the assist to number 6, Nathan Jaspers, and number 4, Dan Pavlak.
Ball sent in, helped in, looking for Mitch Parr running with a through, and it's cleared away on the right foot and out of bounds. So the official double assist
Number 14, Jonathan Clark.
goes Jaspers, Pavlak, and then finished by Goltz from about 12 yards out. Thunder on level ground here as we approach 12 minutes for the first half. Ball in the Wheaton offensive. John Clark now has entered the ball game. Here's Hollingsworth trying to win it back and forth. Cleared away, out of bounds as Hollingsworth was right on that. Good individual effort. Now throwing coming near side for Wheaton. Ball fired in by Parr, helped in nicely by Clark, looking for someone to come on, looking for that hand ball in the box, but it's not seen by the lead referee. Clark trying to turn it around. He gets the deflection away, and it'll be an Elmhurst throw on the Thunder bench. Yep, it is a Thunder throw, though. Sideline referee called it in favor of Wheaton. The lead referee called in favor of Elmhurst. And now they're coming over to discuss, and it will be a Wheaton set piece there. So here's Anthony to take the set piece after the foul. Lead referee will blow a whistle. And
why is Christian not where he's supposed to be?
now they'll bring Hollingsworth near side to join Anthony. Slide it in. Hollingsworth making his run now. Anthony brings it home. Looking for the header. It's helped in toward the net, but over the end line. Thunder looking for a deflection. Don't get it. Goal kick after all of that.
What was this foul for?
14th minute goal by Mikey Emig, but Elmhurst on the board first. But Wheaton's answered just past the 12-minute mark with Stephen Goltz to tie it up 1-1. Now Wheaton looking for the lead before half. Here's Hollingsworth as he's kicked in the stomach. That's quite unfortunate. This ball touched away along that far side. Hollingsworth still fighting for it. Cleared away by the defense to Fernandez in the back four of the Thunder. Advanced on up to Noah Anthony. Noah dancing with it, stepping around, now bringing it into the middle. Crowd likes seeing that. It's also effective, and a hard foul as Anthony goes down. Holding his right knee. Down on the pitch. Hard collision there, and we'll see if Noah's all right. Looks like he will be. And another set piece for Wheaton. Anthony Borge. And there has been a caution awarded to Christian Mullen for that.
Number 5 for Elmhurst, Christian Mullen, has been cautioned.
Now 4 orange jerseys surrounding the ball about 27 yards out. Hollingsworth and Anthony are there. Borge and, of course, Josh Clark are there as well. 4-man wall in front. All right, here we go. Step over. Clark shoots it along the ground. Scoots it in. It's loose. Oh, a chance to clean it up. But sent high by John Clark.
Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 23, Reggie Thetford, and number 28, Andrew Moore.
Reggie Thetford and Andrew Moore enter the ball game for Elmhurst. Sophomore is Thetford and a freshman in Moore. That ball right there was a good shot by Clark on frame that Reglan had to get down and block, unable to possess cleanly. And John Clark, the freshman Clark, worked his way into the box and had a chance and sent it a little high. Still 1-1 here, 7:45 remaining in the first half. Pavlak helps a header on back to Seeger. This ball helped into the Thunder offensive half. Hollingsworth turning it around. Marshall plays it on back for Lynn. Touched up by Kyle Smith. Still a flurry of orange activity there. Clark wins it, plays in the back middle for Fernandez. Steven, middle circle, sends it on up. Possessed for a brief time by Goltz, but unable to keep it. Cleared up high by Tedford. Rolling itself over the end line, though, and Seeger will have another goal kick. '34th minute, Stephen Goltz tied this one up. Double assisted by Jaspers and Pavlak. We're at 1-1. That was following a 14th minute goal by Mikey Emig, the freshman. So a couple of freshmen have gotten on the board. Here's Hollingsworth trying to keep something going for Wheaton. He crossed it in toward the middle. It was blocked over the end line.
Thunder, corner kick.
Wheaton's going to get a corner kick out of this, although Hollingsworth accidentally had that ricochet bounce off himself, and it was kept in play before going out of bounds. But side judge saw it differently, and we'll have another corner kick for the Thunder. Anthony and Hollingsworth in the near side corner. Looking to put the Thunder out in front before the halftime break. Been a kind of a wacky back and forth first half in a lot of ways for both sides. Anthony approaches, sends it home with the left foot, looking for the header, but Pavlak sent it well high over the screen and over everything. Pavlak and Josh Clark, the featured players really on those corner kick attacks. That's where Dan thrives on getting his goals from the defensive position. 5.5 to go in the first half. We're tied at 1-1. Thunder women earlier scored a draw with Elmhurst, 0-0. Their CCIW record now at 3-0-1. Elmhurst at 0-2 in CCIW play. This men's team is looking for their first win. The Thunder have not yet lost in conference play, although they'll be the first to tell you they should be 3-0 after the first conference game of the year was that draw with North Park, and then somehow pulling out victory at Carthage in what was a really very critical game for Wheaton, and then sneaking out 4-3 double overtime win at North Central last week, or this past Wednesday, I should say. They look to protect the home turf here tonight. There's a foul against Josh Clark, where they're 4-0 so far, but this is their first conference home game. They'll have a couple more as Augie comes to town, and Milliken as well on the 24th and 26th of October. Good tackle there by Clark to step and get in front. Another throw in for the Blue Jays. Under 4.5 to go in the first half. Trying to communicate on who to take this throw in. They're taking plenty of time to figure it out as well. And finally, they'll drop it and come over, and Jeff Kading will take it. Now Coach Giuliano pleading his case and got plenty of justice on his side. They just held that ball. Now finally thrown in. Anthony had to go off of him. Loose outside the 6, punched high into the air. There's a whistle, and it's going against Elmhurst as John Clark now collapses at the top of the 18. Not sure if he got kicked somewhere or if he ran into someone, but he'll get up and run it off. Seeger will take the kick. Plays on up to Anthony into the middle for Pavlak. 3.5 to go. In the opening 45 at halftime, we'll send it back to the studio where Trevor Krause is at. He'll have the Thunder Sports Report for you. For a brief halftime break, then we'll recap all the action that we've seen so far and bring it here for half number 2. Here's a nice ball that finds its way into Anthony. Anthony steps over a few times, dancing away around a man. Tried to bring himself in toward the box. Pushed off the ball. Elmhurst the other way. Trying to mount a counterattack. Not much numbers, and a foul against John Clark. As tumbling to the turf was Andrew Moore. Play starting to do.
Number 15, Josh Clark, has been cautioned.
And that one will be a caution against Josh Clark. Not sure what that was, as John Clark was the one in vicinity there, but Josh gets the yellow. Set piece from the middle circle. Chipped in towards Seeger. Seeger comes out, punches it out, and now sending it back toward the post and sent high and wide, but Seeger just had 2 of his own teammates back there with him, had a chance to just collect it himself, but instead decided to go with the 2-hand punch out. No white jerseys were there, but then Elmhurst was able to collect a punch and send a shot back in toward the box. It's dangerous play. 2 minutes to go in the first half. And toward the middle circle. Touch back toward Anthony. Noah, who was on the brunt end of a hard foul earlier this half, but he seemed to have been able to play through it. Been all right. Now here comes Parr turning it around outside the box. Mitch trying to touch it back in, but shouldered away. Clearance is headed back in toward the top by Clark. Blue Jays send it back forward, high, away, and out of bounds. Another Thunder throw here in the final 80 seconds of the first half. We're tied at 1-1. Coming back in, Clark looking to win. Or Goltz, I should say. And now cleared again out of bounds. Anthony the throw. Lets Parr make a run with it toward that end line. Touched away, still kept in play. Mitch shoved off the ball, and that's a foul coming in.
There is 1 minute remaining in the first half.
Against Badeau. Have the 1 minute warning here. And a final set piece for Wheaton. Anthony to set it up. 16 yards from the end line and outside toward that far sideline. Noah's ready to chip it back home. It's a low liner looking for a deflection, but not a good chance there for Wheaton to do anything with it. Advanced far up the pitch, looking for Reggie Tedford. Out of bounds, though. The Thunder will have a throw. 20 seconds for the first half. Anthony fires it along that sideline. Headed up by Goltz, looking for a teammate as Josh Clark was there. Now John possesses. Advances with the right foot, cut off and headed back in toward the middle
10,
circle.
9.
Tedford rises.
8,
Fernandez
7,
clears.
6, 5, 4.
Into the
3,
offensive
2,
offensive
1.
home stands there, and there goes the siren for the first
Score,
half.
Wheaton 1, Elmhurst 1. A reminder,
The Blue Jays were the first to get on the board with a goal.
Thanks, Trevor. Back here live from Joe Beat. I like that. I like that. The Thunder hoping for plenty of thunder
Here in the second half, and there is, of course, a chance of rain. Thanks to weatherman crowd for us in the studio. 45 minutes separate us from the end of regulation here, but we're tied at 1. And the result right now, we're going to overtime. Thunder, of course, no stranger to overtime. They've already played 2 overtime matches so far in the CCIW. They've come out on top in one of them, and that was Wednesday's match with North Central, 4-3 victory in double overtime in Naperville on Wednesday. Of course, the first conference match of the year was a draw. Now it's a throw. Elmhurst takes the first hit in the second half, and now the Thunder possess now in the defensive half. Throwing once and now twice for Wheaton. We'll get you some first half statistics here in just a moment as Wheaton will move right to left, the Blue Jays, and Elmhurst from left to right. Ball slid its way into the left channel, looking to turn around and make a play on it. Is the man who scored Elmhurst's first goal, Mikey Emig. Emig was denied by Pavlak, who sent it out of bounds. Not a cold night tonight, but one that's got some mist as we see the lights bathed in the field in light. This ball touched away toward that end line. Board just one-man pressure over there. Still kept in play. Looking to turn around, but Elliott does a great job to get in front and block. Another chance to throw it and cross it in toward the goal, but it's out of bounds. Off of the Thunder. Emig's goal came in the 14th minute. Stephen Goltz answered with a goal in the 34th. This is actually a foul against Wheaton. So a set piece for the Blue Jays deep in the offensive third. Tied here 1. A minute and a half into the second half. A right foot in swing. A low liner. Pavlak rises with a header to get it out of trouble. Try to be sent back in home by Jeff Kading. And it'll be played for Ryan Seeger. Gets the right foot to it, advancing on up. Again, the Thunder without the services of Adam Blackman tonight. Adam got that red card against North Central on Wednesday, so having to suffer the 1-game penalty, but he'll be back. Wheaton also just getting Nathan Jaspers back, this being his second game after returning from injury. Here comes Fernandez over to clear with the right foot. Did for a moment. Emig now back with it, and Seeger will have to clean it up as it scoots its way into the 6. Ryan Seeger allowed 1 goal. He did not make a save in that first half. John Regland, meanwhile, allowed the 1 goal to Goltz and made 3 saves for Elmhurst. Wheaton had 4 corners. Elmhurst had 2 in that first half. There's a whistle. It's going in the Thunder's direction for free kick. They'll take it. They'll take it quickly. Jaspers slides up for Parr. Wanted to advance it on up with a 1-touch to Goltz, but stepping in front was Christian Mullen. Mullen had a yellow card to him in that first half. And John Clark was awarded a caution as well for Wheaton, so each side 1 yellow apiece. Here comes a throw-in for Mikey Emig. Emig to take it at the edge of the offensive third. Emig's goal earlier was his 6th of the year. Goltz's was his 3rd. Emig fires it in toward the box. Header high in the air by Pavlak. Coming out of the box, looking to turn around, help it to the top. Circling around here is Mullen, but it's cleared by the Thunder defense. Helping header here by Kyle Smith. Keeps in play, middle circle. Musgraves into the air, working around Smith. Popped in another time toward the middle circle. Borge a header. Musgraves throws his body into this one, and it's popped back to Ryan Seeger in the box by the Blue Jays. Seeger turns around. Rolls it on up for Lynn. Lynn to Pavlak to Fernandez. So Joey Lynn, who comes on, starts the second half after Connor Rice started in the first half. Goltz wanted to help it along for Noah Anthony. Noah making a sprint for it, but it's going to go out of bounds. So Kevin Skinker, who originally was slated to start this game, was a late scratch. Now Kevin's been nursing an ankle injury for the majority of this season. Maybe it's a little too much for him to go here. In any case, Connor Rice got the start, and now Joey Lynn took over for Connor about 20 minutes into the match and has played on the right back ever since. This ball's into the Wheaton offensive half. Shoulder down and turned around by Kenson Badeau. Badeau helps it for Reggie Tedford. Reggie looking to help it on for Mikey Emig. Emig pops once into the air, trying to win it back to himself. Couldn't do it. It's out of bounds for a Thunder throw. Defensive half. Pavlak and Jaspers both earned assists, double assisting that goal to Goltz earlier. Thunder had 4 shots. 2 for Josh Clark and 2 for Stephen Goltz. And, of course, Stevens got him on the board. Only 1 shot for Elmhurst in that first half, and that was Emig's goal. Ball being battled for, and Hollingsworth wins and drops to Anthony. Anthony slides it forward. Back and forth between Hollingsworth and Parr, between throwing in. Here's an opportunity, looking to turn it in, but the flag is up. Offside. And that's the 14, Sheriff Michael DeLong, as he snuck himself behind the Thunder defense and made a run for that ball behind Fernandez and had a chance to get a right foot to it with a shot toward Seeger before the whistle blew. Ryan sends it on up. Parr rises in the air looking to win it. He rips off a right-footed shot, but is deflected and scoots itself easily into the arms of John Regland. Regland made 3 saves in that first half, so the Thunder, 13 shots overall awarded to Wheaton in that first half, 13-4. The 4-1 margin was shots on goal. Here's Hollingsworth spraying himself in. He possesses as he brings it to the left side. Plays back middle for Parr. Parr going back looking for him, but Tedford came within. A sliding backwards attempt to clear is effectively done. But now Jaspers comes over, shouldered off the ball. Nathan still wins it, though. Has it, drops to Parr. Parr working around a man, turns, shoots with the left foot, but protecting the near post to make the save is the keeper, Regland. Nice to see Hollingsworth, Jaspers, and Parr all in on that opportunity to get a shot on goal, and Mitch took it. Swinging with his left foot, had some pace on it, but Regland positioned himself well. Made the play. Goltz into the air. Still battled for in the middle half, and the Blue Jays possess. for David Griggs. Griggs, a long throw up to that right side for Kyle Smith, but he was off in any case. Free kick coming for the Thunder. 37.5 minutes to play here from Joe Bean. Coach DiTomaso comes over to talk to Michael DeLong. DeLong, the sophomore at Hickory High in North Carolina. Ball advanced on up, looking for it. A teammate, Emig. Emig dances his way in toward the 18, trying to cross, but Pavlak shoves him off the ball and then wins it again. Great job by Pavlak. Throws it on up for Borge. Borge, a long left foot, curves it away, though, from Stephen Goltz. So they're putting Mitch Parr now in the center forward position. And Goltz on the left forward. And Chad Musgraves on the right forward. Sent on into Elmhurst offensive. Lynn battling for it now. Falls to the turf. Jasper shoved off the ball. That's a foul against Mikey Emig. Take a free kick, and they take it quickly as Fernandez brings it up. Gold's trying to turn around and help it on to Anthony. Anthony shouldered off the ball by Tedford. Coming over now to possess, turning it around. It's Brett Harper. Or excuse me, Badeau. Now Golds turning it around, looking for Mitch Parr. Trying to sprint his way on up, but Harper cuts him off here. Turns it around. Feeds back in toward the middle. Picked up there by Witzowski. Oh, it's loose at the top of the 18, but Witzowski comes back over to recover. Sends it on to the middle circle for DeLong. Jaspers comes back to win it, though. Shoots it up for Hollingsworth. Plays far sideline Musgraves. Chad on his right foot. Plays into the back for Joey Lynn. Lynn left channel Jaspers. Jaspers pops it back into the back for Fernandez as they change field. And they'll have to do it gradually because they can't change field as easily as they would have. Here's Tedford working with Anthony, and it's a foul against Noah. Tedford to take it quickly. Ball's still moving there before they get that free kick going, and DiTomaso wants to make sure the lead referee has got him on. Free kick coming for Elmhurst there. From the midfield stripe. After the foul on Anthony, they try to take it quickly, but play had never stopped. Austin Haas to take it. They throw it on. He's ready. And we'll just play near side. Scooting his way in, Emig. Anthony shoulders him off. Emig, oh, he got a chance as he put it into the 6, but a false step there by Kenson Badeau was unable to possess it. And Seeger has a goal kick, and he'll build back to front. Sliding on up, looking for Parr, making a run, a little too much on it, though. The keeper will be the first one to it as Mitch gets right in the way there. Anthony rising for a header. Falls back, played in. Tedford, oh, Borge goes right into the body of Austin Haas, and that's a foul against Haas for not playing the ball at all. Not necessarily on the Borge possession, but the following sequence, right after colliding with Borge, see Haas is shoving his way right into an orange jersey before not even making a play on the ball. So that's a foul. And Anthony will have this set piece. Resting on his left foot. Throws it home. Oh, it's going deep in toward the box, and colliding with the keeper is Mitch Parr. And that, not good news for Mitch there. Coming right on out was Reglin. And now Austin Haas is right back in the face of Parr to make a call. Get in front of Mitch. Always looking to protect the keeper as John Reglin came out and made the play. And it looks like lead referee will talk to Austin Haas about protecting his attitude here. Mitch Parr was not cautioned, though, for running into the keeper. 33-minute mark. And a free kick coming for the keeper, Reglin. We're tied up 1 apiece. And the lead referee didn't give any cautions to either side. Josh Clark will re-enter at the next opportunity for Wheaton. Blue Jays turning around. Anthony trying to work his man off the ball, and he's called for the foul. So a little bit ticky-tack there, but free kick is taken in quickly. Emig trying to win possession to himself, going against Fernandez. Emig still with it, fires in a great cross, but no one was home. What a wonderful ball. Slid its way right through a screamer. A low-lining screamer.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 15, Josh Clark.
So Josh Clark will re-enter, the junior from Palatine, and Hollingsworth was going to come off the pitch, but now it will be Elliot Borge that comes off instead of Marshall. Be a throw-in for the Thunder deep in the defensive half here. Musgraves turns it around, helps it on. High into the air goes Clark, and that's a foul against Witzowski. Getting right into the body of Josh. Send him to the turf. Joey Lynn throws it on up. Tedford drops a pass for Haas, but scooting away to cut him off is Goltz, and Goltz does it again. Keeps it in play. Handball, though, against Austin Haas. Turn around, a free kick, and Hollingsworth takes it quickly. Looking to advance to Hollingsworth, cleared away, out of bounds. Anthony goes to Jaspers. Jaspers deadens it off his right foot, advances up 5 yards and has it knocked out of bounds. Another throw for Wheaton. Anthony again. Finds Goltz. Goltz to Anthony, going right back to Steve. Steve trying to touch away. Tedford gets there, but Anthony possesses. Anthony has some room, goes back and forth nicely between himself and Mitch Parr. Noah still trying to win it, but it's out of bounds. Noah couldn't keep it in play. Elmhurst will have a throw. Just over a half hour to go in regulation. We're tied at 1. On a day when Elmhurst has had the better of the Thunder athletically. Circle this Saturday ahead of time, knowing that Wheaton was going to have Elmhurst in 3 different athletic matches, but so far the Thunder winless in the first 2. This ball thrown far side for Musgraves. Musgraves outside the 18. Chad drops it on back for Lynn. Lynn helping it in toward the 6. Jaspers, a bicycle that's sent high. Can't blame the effort. Nathan was the only one there.
Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 28, Andrew Moore.
That ball had some height and it had some pace, which is why I think Jaspers opted to go for the bicycle as his only shot toward it. Although Coach Giuliano coming over and saying that Nathan, since he was the one there and he was isolated, he had a chance to settle and make a clean shot on it. I gotta agree there, but Jaspers saw that he had the chance and he decided to go for it. Hollingsworth, far side for Lynn. Lynn advanced on up. Chad trying to help it on for Parr, but it's cleared off a Blue Jay defender and over the end line. A corner kick for Wheaton. We haven't had one of these in the second half yet for the Thunder, and this time they'll take it. Anthony and Hollingsworth in the far corner. Noah will be left foot in swing from here. Little 2-man wall right there just in case. But Anthony will send it forward himself, looking for Pavlak. Pavlak does get a header to it, but coming over is Ragland. Collapses on the ball for another save. Boy, John Ragland's been busy tonight. But aside from one occasion, he's been rock solid for the Blue Jays. Back and forth it goes over the midfield stripe. Punched away out of bounds, and now Trevor Adams.
Thunder number 23, Trevor Adams.
Comes into the ball game for Wheaton. Now Trevor, the sophomore, defender as a freshman last year, but really showed what he had in that St. Louis trip against Wash U. The coaches came away very impressed with his effectiveness in that game. The Thunder a game that the Thunder won 3-0, I should say, toward the latter weeks of September. But Trevor has parlayed that effort into a growth in playing time off the bench. Looking to bring some extra energy and emotion to the Thunder forward front line. Joey will have a throw in here on that far sideline for Wheaton defensive half. Headed away, they'll advance at 10 yards and do it again. Time Musgraves gets in front, and Elmhurst will have a throw here. A couple substitutions for the Blue Jays.
For the Thunder, number 14, Jonathan Clark. For the Blue Jays, number 2, Alex Safford. And number 6, Brett Harper.
So Alex Safford and Brett Harper, who was part of the starting 11, Harper was, will come on, and getting rest will be Tedford. And Kyle Smith. John Clark comes on to the pitch for Wheaton, and Marshall Hollingsworth will take a breather. Headed away by the Thunder. Another Blue Jay throw coming here, and Lynn heads this one up toward the Thunder offensive. Cleared all the way back to Regland. Regland had it at his feet, and sprinting hard was Adams to try to get that ball. Advanced high and far up the pitch, but no one even close in the realm of vicinity there. Goal kick coming up for Seeger again. Anthony Fernandez, Pavlak, and Lynn left to right, and the Thunder back. Jaspers, Clark, and Clark. Josh and John in the middle. Adams, Parr, and Musgraves, the front line for the Thunder right now. Seeger spears it at the top of the 18 again. Another ball that just rebounded itself right back to him. And he rolls it out to Jaspers as Nathan moves right to left. Slide tackle is effective here, and the Thunder unable to win possession. Draw some cheers from the Elmhurst bench. They throw it in. Back in toward the box, but Pavlak gets a chest to it. Turning around in a clearance, and Dan shoved right off the ball. And right into the turf. As he made that clearance, that was a whistle against Alex Safford, the junior from Glen Ellen, so right nearby. But we continue. Was no foul, just an effort to separate the two. Fernandez to Anthony. Anthony up to Adams. Adams collects, trying to turn it around. Shouldered off the ball, though, by Badeau. Jaspers, Clark, one touch. Adams going back to John Clark. Hard slide. Oh, we play on. We say it was clean. Jaspers gets the right foot to it. Sliced off his foot in toward that far sideline, and Lynn boots it high and away and off of the Blue Jays for another Thunder throw, and they'll take it quickly. Musgraves chops it down to Jaspers. Nathan turns around, plays on up. Nice work there as Musgraves makes a sprint into the offensive. Chad touches a little too far, and now a left-footed shot in toward Regland, but he collapsed on it on the far post. Blue Jays coming the other way. We're still tied at 1-1. No one struck yet here in the second half. Wheaton and Elmhurst in the fourth game of conference play for the Thunder. 2-0-1. Elmhurst, this is their third game. They're 0-2. Their first two were decisions. They lost at North Central 3-0. And they lost at Illinois Wesleyan 2-1. So they're also looking for their first conference home match of the year. Most recently, though, earlier this week on Tuesday, they defeated Concordia Moorhead at home 1-0.
Into the Thunder, number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth.
Marshall Hollingsworth had a brief rest, and now he's right back on the pitch, and Mitchell Parr will jog his way off. Mitch was playing that central forward position for the Thunder, so with Hollingsworth and Adams there. Marshall quickly, a left-footed shot. Oh, it scoots its way through. It's still loose. Coming over was Adams. He was unable to put it in. Clark still has it. Drops it, looking for Hollingsworth. It's knocked around. Anthony approaches, shoots, and it's wide. Well, there's no doubt that it should be 2-1. Adams did a great job to earn himself that chance. Right place at the right time. And the keeper was beat. It was just Adams in the goal, but Trevor couldn't get a clean foot to it. Just couldn't. He just swung right over it. 22 and a half minutes now. Goal kick for Reglan. Drops it near side. Anthony looking to turn it around. Anthony to throw it in. Surveys the scene, backs up a little bit. Now we'll take it. Adams looking to help a header back in the offensive. No one at home. Anthony answers with a header. Going high into the airs. Witzowski to keep it away from Clark, but Blue Jays can't win possession. Anthony has a throw, offensive half. He'll go ahead and play it to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth scoops it with the left foot looking for Adams. High clearance here. Fernandez, Jaspers. Adams turning it around. Keeps it in. Nice crisp pass into Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth looking to help it in toward Clark. Chipped away by the defense, but Jaspers steps to win possession here. Jaspers going right back into John Clark's area. Looking for the flag to go up was the Blue Jay defense. Didn't get it, but it was right back to Reglan in any case. Goal kick dropped in, and Jaspers collects middle circle. Nathan stops direction and rolls near side for Anthony. Noah working around one-man pressure. Now Adams had it, touched it, and it's off of the Blue Jays, though, for a Thunder throw. Adams and Clark in the vicinity, and Anthony waits for John Clark to come to it. He drops it through. Trevor now outside the 18. Turns around, shoots! Oh, and he curves it wide of the post, but excellent pace on that ball, and looks like he got a deflection out of it.
Corner kick.
It's going to be a corner kick. Boy, really got something on that shot. And the deflection did occur, so Anthony will set up this corner kick on the near side. Both hands in the air. Puts it in toward the box. A header. Oh, Reglan was able to cover up. It fell to that far post. Near post for Clark, who was the man across the face of goal that answered the cross of Anthony with a header. But Reglan was able to position himself cleanly and make the play. Anthony turning it around here. Goes to Jaspers, now Adams. Adams, ball kicked off. Now here's Anthony. He's able to win it back. Anthony steps over a couple times. Anthony booting himself in. Crosses it in, a follow shot. It scoots its way into the net. Score! Chad Musgraves gets it. The cross from Anthony. Anthony's cross had so much pace, and it was so deep into the six that the keeper, Reglan, had to come out and get it. He tried to grab it. He couldn't get it. And Musgraves followed with a simple touch, and there was plenty of spin on the ball to help him.
Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 8, Austin Haas.
Wheaton, 2-1.
Scored by number 22, Chad Musgraves. Musgraves, the goal, the assist to number 12, Noah Anthony. Musgraves from Anthony.
Noah Anthony gets the assist, and boy, has he been an assist machine this year. That's his 8th. For Chad Musgraves, it's his 3rd goal here. Under 20 minutes to play. Throwing for the Blue Jays now in the offensive third. Pavlak rises with the header. Hollingsworth turning to help it out. Whistle blows, and it's going to be called against the Blue Jays, but the Thunder clearly had possession and advantage with Musgraves with a one-man possession streaking his way into the offensive half. A questionable call there to blow the whistle from the lead referee. But in any case, Wheaton has possession, and Seeger approaches, gets a right foot boot to it. Adams looking to win it in the air. It falls to the feet of Musgraves. Adams comes over, though. Now John Clark 30 yards out. It's knocked around hard in the mixer. Top of the 18. Couple headers trying to clear our Elmhurst. Coming on, they finally do. Anthony a left foot to it, plays defensive half. Pavlak comes over with some physical defense, and he clears it high and away, and the whistle looks like it did blow.
Blue Jays, number 24, Kyle Smith.
No, it did
Number
not.
13, Alex Wilkinson.
Just a simple throw, looks like, for Elmhurst. Kyle Smith and Alex Wilkinson re-enter for Elmhurst. They'll have a throw in here. Harper, near side, touched away by the Thunder, out of bounds. Be another Elmhurst throw here. 17:50 for the ball game. Now for the Thunder defense, it's can you protect the lead? They've been unable to do that in each of the first 3 conference games. Protect the lead. A 2-goal lead against North Park, couldn't protect it. Game that eventually ended up tied. 1-goal lead against Carthage, couldn't keep that in front. But they came back to win that one as well. Another whistle, misses against Hollingsworth. And most recently against North Central, a 2-goal advantage on 2 occasions. And it ended up going into overtime. And a set piece here for Elmhurst, 17 minutes to go. It's about 25 yards out. So Austin Haas is being called over by the Blue Jays to see who wants to get this kick going. They're going to let Haas make a play for it. Smith steps over, Haas shoots. Well high and wide. So, after all the confusion, the Elmhurst college coaches want to make sure Haas got that chance. And he didn't put it on frame. Ball thrown into the Thunder offensive half. Hollingsworth directs a header nicely to John Clark, who tries to send the answer header up to Hollingsworth, but it's popped high into the air. Hits once, and it's out of bounds. Anthony will have this thrown as he walks up to find it. No up, finds Hollingsworth. Back to Anthony. Plays middle circle for Jaspers. Nathan turns it around far side. His pass intercepted. Cut back, moving left to right quickly, the Blue Jays. Now John Clark. Jaspers takes a false step. Here comes a run here. Turning around is Emig. Emig got 3 white or orange jerseys there, but somehow splits them all, working his way toward the end line. But finally, his chance at possession is denied, and it'll be a goal kick for Seeger. Ryan will take this goal kick. A little bit of extracurricular activity followed it. Whistle blew, but Wheaton will maintain possession here as we approach 15 minutes to play. Ball played middle circle for Jaspers. Helps it along far side for Lynn, who's been in there at the right back position all second half. Borge will check in at the next whistle. Jaspers in the middle. Throws it on up, looking for John Clark. Gets there just in time to help it on, but now cleared by Elmhurst. Scoops its way out of bounds.
Returning for the Thunder, number 27, Elliot Borge.
So Borge does return here, and exiting is John Clark. John's got some good, effective minutes in on the pitch tonight. This ball's advanced on up. Josh Clark turns it around, trying to slide it on up. Can't do. Coming over hard and tripped up is Clark, but the Thunder maintain possession, and it's Musgraves. Musgraves helps it to Adams. Adams brings it in toward the box. We'll throw it on to Anthony, who can cross from here, wanting to cross it along the ground. It's blocked.
Corner kick.
Over the end line will be a corner kick. Anthony, another chance to strike, leads the team in assists with 8, most recently picking it up a couple minutes ago with the goal by Chad Musgraves. Anthony will cross it in. Good height on this ball. Oh, a chance to come over. It's loose as Reglan knocked it to the ground, but his defense saves him and clears it away. Now, chance to counter for the Blue Jays. Running along through, looking for Amig. Amig working his way around, touched off by Fernandez, and it will be a goal kick. Seeger will take it. Starting to get a little chillier here at Joe Bean as Wheaton looks to protect the undefeated mark at home. A couple headers ricochet around in the middle circle. Anthony looking to help back onto Borge. Borge gets to it with the right foot, no one there. Back in toward Borge. Elliott working his way. Loops a long left footer in for Adams. Adams is able to cut it off. Can he cross it in from here? He helps it into Hollingsworth, who rips a left-footed shot, but well wide. Adams has done some really good things out there on the pitch. He had a chance at a goal as well, but other than that, he's shown signs, good skills with the ball. He's able to make good, crisp passes that are effective, and you don't see that a lot of times from players that try to come in just for energy purposes. Here's it is. It's helped in, and Hollingsworth was offside after collecting that goal kick.
Offside.
Mitchell Train passing behind. Free kick coming up for Elmhurst here in the defensive half. They have one goal. It came in the 14th minute from Mikey Emig, I should say. He's officially listed. He's a freshman. He's got immense talent. He's been featured in all their offensive attacks. High into the air comes Borge, dropping it in toward Clark. Clark spring his way around. Touched off the ball, out of bounds. Still will stay with the Thunder. Lynn to take the throw on the far sideline. Wheaton answered the one-goal advantage of Elmhurst with a goal in the 33rd minute by Stephen Goltz, and then another one by Chad Musgraves, just under 20 minutes to play. Jaspers and Pavlak double assisted Stephen Goltz's strike. Noah Anthony assisted the goal by Musgraves. It's Chad's third of the year. Goal kick coming for Ryan Seeger here. Sends it on up. Header scoots its way past the Blue Jay line of defense, but coming back. One-man pressure as Musgraves still continues to go back into the Elmhurst defensive half. He'll just dribble his way down into the corner and almost over the end line, and it will be over the end line for a Elmhurst goal kick.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 9, Stephen Goltz.
Stephen Goltz re-enters here, and Chad Musgraves comes off. So Adams will change from the left forward to the right forward with Hollingsworth in the middle. And Goltz on the side. Goal kick finds its way through a flurry of jerseys, and now Jaspers comes out with it the other side. Shouldered off the ball, and he's fouled. Set piece coming for Wheaton, although it's in the defensive half, so looks like Lynn will take the kick, but he's got some shoes to tab out first. Now Joey gets the right foot into it. Sends the liner in toward Clark. Headed high once. Now back to the far side. The Blue Jays possess. Sent in toward the middle. Tedford trying to get to it. Drops it on by, dancing himself around and picking it up is Wilkinson. Far sideline. Safford's there. Rolled in toward the box. Oh, loose for a brief moment, but a slide by Jaspers keeps it away. Now a shot toward the goal is just wide. That ball could have easily gotten into the back of the net.
Elmhurst, corner kick.
And that would have been the equalizer. But regardless, it was off of Seeger, and it will be a corner kick.
In the game for the Blue Jays, number 14, Michael DeLong.
So here comes Michael DeLong entering on the pitch for the Blue Jays, and Safford comes off. Regardless, corner kick for Elmhurst. Right footed outswing from here, near side corner. Approaches once, now we'll do it again. Puts it in. It's loose. Score, shot. Oh, just outside, and now coming over with an attempt to throw it back in at the top of the 18, but the Thunder defense stays strong. Kyle Smith now on his right foot dances over the midfield stripe. Still making a run to the offensive. Got it on his right foot. Plays it on up for Bedell. Bedell working himself around. It's whistled against the Thunder. Another set piece for Elmhurst, I should say, against the Thunder defense. Get that feeling that this is going to be a tough 8 minutes of regulation to stay strong for the Thunder, but if they can do it, it'll be a great confidence builder. They lead by a goal. Set piece here for the Blue Jays. Here it comes. Works its way in towards Seeger. He rises in the air. It's the post. Oh, man. Seeger may have gotten a hand to it, but it hit the far post. What a great ball. Had a chance to score was Witzowski. And the Thunder dodged another bullet. Blue Jays maintain possession. Pavlak going back and forth with Wilkinson in the air. Now popped high into the sky. Falling down, and Hollingsworth possesses. Hollingsworth's got the keeper to beat. He goes to the middle, shoots, scores! Marshall Hollingsworth puts the Thunder in front by 2. And that could be the punctuation mark. What an individual effort this freshman brings.
The Thunder goal is 5th of the year, scored by number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth unassisted.
All he had to do was win a ball that went high into the air. 2 white jerseys were there, but Hollingsworth positioned himself nicely.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 13, Mitchell Parr.
Had to go off his chest and possess to himself, and now exits with a nosebleed, looks like. Hitting the nose as Trisha Dieter is tending to him there. But what an effort by Hollingsworth. Something that we've been accustomed to seeing now. What a career this young man is going to have in the orange and blue. So his goal puts Wheaton up by 2 at 3-1. Now Seeger is collecting the ball in the box and reps a knuckle line drive into Wheaton's offensive. Thunder trying to keep the pedal to the metal here for the final 7 minutes. Jasper's now turning around the midfield strike. Plays on up for Borge. Elliott on his right foot. Sending it far side for Adams. Adams with the chest. Touches to himself, shouldered off the ball. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul against Adams. Free kick, and it'll be taken quickly. Adams a fan favorite here at Joe Bean. This ball rifled up in toward the middle. Pavlak knocks his man off the ball. Now thrown to the near side. Too much pace. Skips itself over the turf and out of bounds.
Re-entering the game for the Thunder, number 14, Jonathan Clark.
6 minutes to go now in regulation. Thrown in, Goltz helps the header. Parr rises with the left foot, can't get it. Hawes now for the Blue Jays, middle. Emig working around. Denied by the Thunder defense, but Emig takes a spill to the turf and throws his right hand down to the ground in frustration, and does earn the call against Wheaton, though. Boy, that 3-1 lead feels a whole lot nicer than 2-1. The best defense is an insurance goal when you're in one-run games, no doubt about that. And that piece could be a chance to strike. Thrown into the top of the 18, it's blocked by Adams, and Clark comes over to clear out of bounds. Played far side. Chance to throw it back into the 18. They do just that. Anthony working against Griggs. Anthony able to win it. Turning it around, Harper. Now Clark with the right foot back to the defensive half of the Blue Jays. Coming on hard was Parr. Anthony looking to direct a header, and his header goes right into the back of Stephen Goltz. Possessed, though, in the back by Smith. Approaching and sending on up is Wilkinson, but no one's at home there, and it's going to be over the end line. Wheaton 3, Elmhurst 1, 4.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Thunder defense has held strong since allowing a 14th-minute goal to Mikey Emig. And since then, Wheaton's gotten 3. The first in the 33rd minute from Stephen Goltz. The second by Chad Musgraves, and most recently, Marshall Hollingsworth. Getting the goal in the 84th minute. This ball dribbled in far side, advanced on up. Harper trying to squeeze it to himself, and he does. Drops in. Now a ball looking for it back and forth, but no one at home for Badeau to feed to. It's out of bounds. It'll be
number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth.
Marshall Hollingsworth to re-enter. So Adams comes off the pitch. Hollingsworth is on. Some X's and O's being figured out by the Thunder as to where Hollingsworth and Parr should line up on the front line. Ball sent in. Pavlak rises for it, and Goltz wins. Goltz looking for to loop this one into Parr. Parr does. Hollingsworth gets himself back on sides as Mitchell dribbles in toward the middle. Sent down to the turf. No whistle there. And now Elmhurst has possession coming the other way. 3.5 to play. Thunder 3. Blue Jays 1. Anthony pops this one high on the other far side, and the Thunder defense clears it away and out of bounds. After the game, we'll send you back to the WTN Sports Desk, and Trevor Krause will update you on all the Thunder sports action from this afternoon and this evening, as this will now be a goal kick coming for Ryan Seeger. So we thank all the employees of WTN that has hand-to-hand in making this production possible, as Seeger rips this goal kick, but mishit it. And it just went right out of bounds. Looked like he was trying to go to Parr. It's rifled in here. Trying to go in toward the box. Deflected away by the defense. And possession 1. Advanced up the near side. Blue Jays turn around to win control into the middle. Looking for a long right foot toward the frame, and Seeger scoots himself over and spears it out of the air as we're approaching the final 2 minutes of play. Goltz a goal, Musgraves a goal. Each of them now have 3 on the year, and now Marshall Hollingsworth a goal. Account for the total of 3 here in this one. Wheaton's up 3-1. Fernandez sends it up. Blocked here, sent the other way, looking for a long looper. Fernandez is there, and he'll block his man out of the way as Seeger comes on. And Ryan Seeger, as he's known to do, is coming out and talking to DeLong, not afraid to do it. Throws it on up. Ball comes in. Parr looks to possess to himself. Touched away. Mitch gets it back. Gets to Anthony. Anthony trying to slide it through up for Clark. Clark's got it. Looks like he'll try to bring it back and wait for some numbers. He will do just that. Trying to turn it around. Side still in play. Now will be out of bounds for a Thunder throw. Deep in the offensive third. 1:10 now. Parr to take this throw and set something up. 60 seconds.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in regulation.
Parr approaches, now stops and throws it in for Clark. Touched away by the defense. Hollingsworth has 5 goals now after the one tonight. Here's a high cross, booted well out of bounds. Off the foot of Kenson Badeau, and that takes off a goodly amount of time from this first half. Ball played in the Elmhurst defensive half. So we approach the final 15 seconds. Hollingsworth never ceasing to hustle as he goes after this one, and the keeper, John Regland. But in any case, that'll be the final 5 seconds. Comes on, and there's the horn. The Thunder keep the home record picture perfect, 5-0.
Elmhurst 1.
3-1, the Thunder defeat the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Wheaton will next be in action on the 18th at Aurora.
We'll have just a bit of a break before Coach Giuliano will come back up and discuss this victory
at 7 p.m.
with us here in Wheaton. It wasn't the prettiest of games from an execution standpoint from the Thunder, especially in that first half, but they did enough to come out of the first 45, tied at 1-1, and then that second half they really dominated. And Elmhurst didn't get many really good looks at the net. There were a couple in there for the Blue Jays that they didn't capitalize on, but not too many to speak of. We mentioned the shots on goal. It was 4-1 in favor of Wheaton in that first half, and shots total were 13-4 in favor of the Thunder. So offensively, the Thunder did a nice job statistically, and they were able, thanks to Marshall Hollingsworth as well as Chad Musgraves in that second half, to put 2 goals on the board in the second 45 and come out on top 3-1. With the victory, the Thunder get to their 3rd win in conference play through the first 4 games, and they've got 3 more remaining. 2 more home games, Milliken and Augustana, to finish up CCIW play, and then on the road against Illinois Wesleyan next Saturday. Still, you haven't yet to see if we're going to cover that game for you here on WETN due to fall break and due to the students leaving campus and enjoying the 4-day weekend to themselves. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to carry that one live from Bloomington on Saturday night, but they still have the Thunder football team at home as well, as the women and men will go to Bloomington, take on Illinois Wesleyan. Next conference match on next Saturdays. We're going to be joined quickly here by Coach Giuliano to discuss the 3-1 victory as Wheaton comes out on top to protect their home record and keep it clean at 5-0 overall.
That was crazy. That was just like last year. Look at it. Going again.
All right, joined by head coach Mike Giuliano, and coach, this ball game, not necessarily a pretty one, especially in that first half, but when it really mattered most, you guys were able to come through, especially with the insurance goal from Marshall at the end.
Well, yeah, I think this game means a lot because, as you know, Jonah, we've been following the script so far in the last 3 weeks, getting a big lead and then losing that big lead. And so we have a completely different script this time. And we got the lead and we kept the lead. And that just feels good. We're going to be a work in progress defensively, especially all season long. But you know what? As I told the guys, I said there's a lot to learn here. But with the NCAA's toughest schedule, to be 10-3-2, you gotta like how it's going, undefeated so far in conference.
And Elmhurst had some chances there with some set pieces when the score was 2-1, and they weren't able to come through. So even though it was a brief amount of time to protect a 2-1 lead before it was 3-1, the defense seemed like it came through all right.
Well, no, I mean, Judah, we know that if the fans don't see something exciting in the last 10 minutes, they're going to leave. And so we just feel like we want to give everybody something exciting. And of course, I'm kidding. This team's going to kill me if they don't. If they continue to struggle protecting leads. But so far, got to like the way that we're growing. And, we got a long way to go. It's a long season. I've seen a lot of teams twice, and everybody's slowing down because of the rigors of college soccer. But here we are, 10-3-2. So we're getting there.
How is it to have Nathan Jaspers back on the pitch for these past 2 games?
It'd be great to have Nathan and Adam back in the same lineup.
There you go.
Adam, I think Adam's probably in the greatest zone I've ever had a forward be in. And, to score 3 goals without him, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Well, the Thunder do get the victory 3-1. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time here to join us. Wheaton does protect the home record at Joe Bean here. They are 5-0 in 2012 at home. We'll run over some final statistics here. The Thunder win it 3-1 after a 1-1 score after the first